Why are you guys bothering me?
You're parked.
I'm not parked.
Stop. Just relax.
Why are you telling me I'm detained? What's wrong with you guys?
In San Francisco, on the left, that is Officer Brett Hernandez. On the right is Ibrahim Shahaiber. He has been stopped for leaving his car in a no parking zone.
You're parked in the red. Blocking the fire hydrant.
I stopped.
Yeah, but you're parked right now.
I'm
Okay, so
not.
we're not going to argue the law of it, but
Okay,
you're
I'm
detained
going
right
to
now.
go move my
No,
car.
you're going to stay right here.
They would not let him move his car. Shahaiber was there to pick up a sandwich at the sub shop on that corner.
For
You're staying
what?
right here at the DU and make sure who you are, and then you can go.
Oh my god. You guys are something else right now. For what?
I
I'm not
just
detained. You didn't do
explained.
anything.
I just explained.
No,
to you.
but that's not against the law. I'm allowed to stop.
You're not allowed to stop.
My hazards are on. I'm allowed to stop.
You're not.
You're not allowed to stop right
So,
now.
where,
You're parked.
so where does it say that? It
Alright,
doesn't
dude.
say allowed to-
Relax.
Don't touch me.
I'm gonna
please.
touch you. You have any weapons on you?
Please don't. You guys need to stop this.
I'm at. Dude, calm
Why are you
down.
guys? So why are you guys doing this thing?
Because I'm about to pass you.
Look, you want? Look, I have nothing on me. You would like my ID? I'll hand
Let me
you my
pass
ID.
it to you real quick.
No, you do not have my
Yeah.
permission.
You don't. I don't need your permission.
Yes, you
I
do.
Put your
Here's
hands
my
up.
ID. Here's my ID, and it's all that I'm giving you. You have no right to touch me.
Yes, I do.
No, you do not. Where is that written down? Here's my ID, sir. You can have that.
I'll get back to you in a second.
Do not touch me. You do not have the right to touch me.
I'm
No,
telling
you
you right
do
now.
not have the right
Do you
to
have any
touch me.
weapons on you?
I have nothing on me. You do
around.
not know.
Put your
You
hands
do
on
not
your
have
head.
the right to touch me.
Turn around.
You do not have the right to
Turn
touch me. You do not have the right to touch me. You do not have the right to touch me. You do not have the right to touch me.
During the police takedown, Shahaiber says the police tore his shirt, scraped his face and side, and hurt his hip. The officers eventually let him go with a citation. Now, 3 years after this 2019 incident, following multiple hearings and internal reviews,
Don't touch me.
Officer Hernandez has been suspended for 10 days.
You do not have the right to touch me. You do not have the right to touch me.
The San Francisco Police Commission found that Officer Hernandez's actions were damning and disturbing. Quote, "If Shahaiber can be mistreated this way by the police under the circumstances of this case, then anyone on the street may be subject to a pat search on flimsy grounds. This case involves poor policing that resulted in a violation of Shahaiber's rights. But the potential damage of police misconduct, such as that of Officer Hernandez, implicates the community as a whole."
Why are you telling me I'm detained? What's wrong with you guys?
You're parked in the red.
I'm
Blocking
not
the fire
parked.
hydrant.
I stopped.
Yeah, but you're parked right now.
Shahaiber is in the midst of a civil lawsuit against Hernandez and the city of San Francisco. In the meantime, internal documents raised new questions about Officer Hernandez and the police investigators.
My hazards are on. I'm allowed to stop.
You're not.
You're not allowed to stop right
So
now.
where,
You're parked.
so where does it say that?
Alright, dude.
During the internal review, Officer Hernandez told investigators that Shahaiber was constantly reaching into his pockets and that baggy clothing can conceal weapons. Quote, "It's my training and experience that this is an indicator that somebody might have weapons on their persons, and for the safety of myself and my partner, fear of our safety, I conducted a pat search." But the San Francisco Police Accountability Report found that during the exchange, the only time Shahaiber reached into his pocket was when he gave the officers his identification.
Here's my ID. Here's my ID, and it's all that I'm giving you. You have no right to touch me.
Yes, I do.
No, you do not. Where is that written down?
Furthermore, as the video shows, he did not act violent, and there were no bulges that would indicate a weapon.
No,
you
you
right
do
now.
not have the right
Do you
to
have any
touch
weapons
me.
on you?
I have
Officer Hernandez also told investigators that Shahaiber attempted to flee, but not according to the video.
the right to touch me. You do not have the right to touch me.
And the internal report found that Officer Hernandez made statements that were simply not true. However, the suspension of Officer Hernandez was only for violating Shahaiber's Fourth Amendment rights, and internal police investigators apparently decided not to follow up on Officer Hernandez's dishonesty. And Officer Hernandez has never been formally accused of dishonesty. This is important because a police officer's credibility is at the heart of their ability to do their job. And their job includes writing police reports and providing sworn testimony. If a police officer with noted credibility issues is called to testify in a criminal case, prosecutors are required to notify the defendant in that case. This is based on the Supreme Court ruling Brady v. Maryland. And the transmission of this information about an officer's lack of credibility is known as Brady material. However, since Officer Hernandez has no credibility issues in his personnel file, no Brady material, just the violation of Fourth Amendment rights, any future criminal case involving Officer Hernandez becomes easier for the police and prosecutors and harder for the defendant. You see how that works? Police conduct an internal investigation and raise no credibility issues about one of their own, and that way the police officer doesn't taint other cases. It is outrageous and gets to the heart of the institutional incentive that many police departments have for burying or hiding police officer misconduct. In this case, the misconduct also includes the officer's own parking situation. Remember, the original problem for police was that Ibrahim Shiheiber put his car in a red zone along the curb, a no parking zone. But instead of calling a tow truck or allowing Shiheiber to move his car, the police double parked their cruiser literally in the intersection, blocking part of the street. If Shiheiber's action was so dangerous to public safety, how can police get away with an even more egregious parking job? Well, here's the answer. This isn't about parking. It's about a police officer with a dangerous chip on his shoulder who wanted to assert his power over a guy who was just trying to pick up a sub sandwich. And even though Internal Affairs found that Officer Brett Hernandez violated the man's rights and lied about the incident, Hernandez gets only a 10-day suspension because, God forbid, the police department actually shows some real accountability. To be clear, San Francisco has a lot of violent crime these days. And if any cop can't handle it and would rather spend his time going hands-on with a peaceful guy parked on a red zone curb, that cop should not be on the force. This episode is a disgrace. One can only hope that Mr. Shiheiber is successful in a civil lawsuit. A huge financial payout would be a reminder that rogue, lying cops are not only costly to their community, but also a stain to a police department's reputation. I'm David Schuster. Thanks for joining us.